Hi, my name is Zam. I'm a high school student and a certified ethical hacker. So, what is cybersecurity exactly? I'll tell you exactly what it is. Cybersecurity is bashing on a keyboard and yelling, "I'm into the mainframe," and running away from a bank heist with millions of dollars. I'm kidding, of course. If it was that simple, corporations would be hiring monkeys instead of cybersecurity professionals, which would probably help corporate bottom line a lot because those guys can make a lot of money. So first, let's go over what cybersecurity isn't. So there's a lot of common preconceived notions. Cybersecurity is a lot more than just technology. Most people believe that cyber attacks comes from weaknesses in computer systems. And while that's true a lot of the time, especially when computers and networks were first being established, because there was no encryption back in the Jurassic Age when your mom got her first computer. So people kind of just hoped they wouldn't get hacked online. And it's really funny how poorly that aged. So, anyways, in modern times, computer security is pretty damn solid. No average Joe is going to find a zero-day attack in Windows 10. So you have to ask, where do attacks find success? In dumb humans. That's right. You're dumb, I'm dumb. You know who isn't dumb? This thing. Because unlike humans, this bad boy doesn't get stressed, sleepy, hungry, or tired. Humans make mistakes that expose security systems. Just look up social experiments where an interviewer can easily find out a random person's security questions by asking them things like, what's your childhood pet's name, or what's your mom's maiden name? And these people genuinely believe that the interviewer is interested in these questions rather than just fishing for common security question answers. So, anyways, the next thing cybersecurity isn't is it isn't usually crazy cyber warfare. It's not big companies and governments fighting each other with and hacking each other's nuclear missiles. No, it's some dude in a basement in Yugoslavia, and he is just typing random scripts of code into like a newly designed web engine and seeing what breaks it. And they aren't fast paced attacks either. Some cyber attacks take over 5 years to complete. And somebody is just in your computer, just watching and watching and waiting for something special to happen, kind of like a Lakers fan. And most importantly, nothing in cybersecurity is straightforward. Everything that isn't possible is possible, nothing's secure, and everything will be hacked. So that's why if you're talking to a cybersecurity professional and he or she isn't an extreme pessimist or isn't balding from stress, he or she probably isn't a true expert. So now let's get boring with the technicalities, what cybersecurity is. Cybersecurity is protecting data and systems. That includes personally identifiable information, or PII. If you're above the age of 35, you do not want people knowing how much money you make. Why? Because it's probably really disappointing. Financial information. Let's be honest, you're broke. You got that Rolex off of Temu, which is a huge cybersecurity risk, by the way, but we'll get into that later. Health information, intellectual property. You don't want people stealing your idea for your podcast with your friends that you came up with at 3 a.m. while drunk. Customer data, classified information, why the CIA didn't kill Kennedy, public grids, energy grids, all those damn electric cars. You got to protect those energy grids because they can easily be shut down. And if that happens, huge repercussions. And lastly, transportation systems. I live in LA. What the hell is a transportation system? The next biggest thing about cybersecurity is the three main fundamentals, which is ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality is the principle of ensuring that information is accessible only by those who have authorized access. You're protecting data from accidental disclosure or from people you don't want accessing your information to be able to see it. Integrity refers to the accuracy and the completeness of data. It ensures that information is not altered with or tampered with by unauthorized individuals. If 10 or 11 is missing in your binary code, that data has lost its integrity. Why? Because not the same data you put into that system to be kept safe. The data has been altered somehow. It can be very potentially dangerous. The last thing is availability. You want to make sure that this information and these resources are always accessible when needed. Its main focus is on maintaining uptime and reliability of systems and services. So cybersecurity is a dynamic field. It's always changing and improving in response to new threats, new technologies, and changes in how we use these digital technologies. So there's always going to be new types of attacks, new types of technology, new regulations, new changes in industries and products, like Apple switching up the iPhone charging cable every year. And there's more and more connectivity. Since when did everything in your house have to be connected to Wi-Fi? Like a Wi-Fi connected fridge, what could possibly be the purpose of that? And most of the time, these attacks in cybersecurity are due to human screw up. Because as I said before, computers are good at what they do. Humans kind of suck. This is why humans are the main cause of cybersecurity breaches. It's because they're susceptible to social engineering attacks, where somebody sends you an email saying, "Hey, I'm your boss. I need the company's most lucrative password information possible ASAP right now," and you're like, "Oh, okay, just got to give it over." They also have poor password practices, where your password is ABC123, you're going to get brute force attacks. Seriously, dude. A lack of awareness and training. Corporate doesn't want to hire some third-party consulting group to tell you how to properly do your job. Too much money, too much time. We'll just throw you in the job and pray that you don't have a really easy password or that you give up information very easily. Insider threats. Some guy in the IT department just got fired and he created some type of ticking time bomb within your company's network system that is going to digitally explode whenever he leaves office. Misconfigurations and errors. You accidentally click something and change something in the settings. Now you have a big cybersecurity fiasco. Neglecting software updates. You keep getting notifications on your computer saying, update is available tonight, schedule update, and you're like, nah, just go away, I'll deal with it later. BYOD risk. Somebody brings their personal device or phone into the office, plugs it into the LAN network, and suddenly everything's hacked through his insecure practices on his own personal phone. So, what does all this affect? Well, it can cause some pretty serious financial loss because cyber attacks have significant financial losses from individuals, businesses, and governments. Ransomware attacks, which is a huge one, can completely cripple operations, demand hefty payments, and then companies have so much lost revenue or expenses from their downtime. It also maintains privacy, where in an age where all your personal data is somewhere on the internet, it's a really valuable commodity to keep safe. So you need to protect your privacy and prevent unauthorized access to the sensitive information. It ensures community trust, where public institutions, such as schools or hospitals, they need this cybersecurity to maintain trust and ensure the safety and privacy. And they don't want to let their community down. Why? Because these are such important, sensitive places. Like schools keep children and hospitals keep the sick and elderly. We want to make sure these things don't fall victim to any attacks. And unfortunately, these are institutions that are very underfunded, and a lot of the times they have very weak security practices. Where a lot of hospitals, for one, are very, very susceptible to cyber attacks, and a lot of the time they are just used to having to pay ransom whenever a hacker hacks into their systems. Why? Because they have so much PII, personally identifiable information, health information in their systems. And the last thing is protecting national security. So cybersecurity protects all of our nation's secrets, and cyber warfare and espionage can threaten a nation's infrastructure and its safety. So, who needs cybersecurity? Everybody needs to know how to keep themselves digitally safe online because everybody has important information to protect. And we all consider ourselves so digitally smart until the Nigerian prince hits us up saying they need money and we fall for it every time. Or they're hot single Russian women in your area, just click here. Everybody falls for it, right? So who practices cybersecurity? Well, it's a pretty bad generalization. But I kind of think of it as like smart people and people. So smart people are the professionals, the hackers, the people who have been coding since the age of 10, and they don't talk much, but they keep your company in one piece. And people are people like myself who really don't know what they're doing, but they just talk a lot and they talk fast. They're like, cybersecurity, protect your passwords, and they're good at telling everybody in the IT department what to do. So hey, cybersecurity professionals, they have the title, they're making the money, good for them. So IT security specialists are people who design the security measures in an organization and they enforce the IT's infrastructure. And then cybersecurity analysts monitor these networks for security breaches and then investigate the incidents when they do occur, which hopefully they don't occur. Ethical hackers, also known as white hat hackers, such as myself, they test systems for vulnerabilities and help organizations strengthen their defenses by pretending to go on the offense and seeing where they can get into in the company's network. Security consultants, these are experts that provide advice and strategies to enhance an organization's security. And GRC specialists, which stands for governance, risk, and compliance, they ensure that organizations adhere to regulatory requirements and industry standards. And incident responders, these are professionals that work on the front lines whenever an cyber incident occurs, and they have to work quickly and fast to mitigate these damages and recover from these attacks. So I've said all of this coming from the perspective as somebody who is pretty well versed in the cybersecurity industry. But what can you do? Well, the first thing is attitude. You have to have the right type of digitally secure attitude. You have to know your surroundings, be aware of where you are, just like in real life. You look twice, you look left and right before crossing the road. You have to do that. When you go to a website, you gotta look left and right. You can't just blindly start clicking on everything. You have to make sure you're in the right place and you're not putting yourself at risk. So you have to use strong and unique passwords. You have to create complex passwords or use a complex password manager, which we'll get into in another video. You have to enable two-factor authentication, which is a very good practice. It adds an extra layer to your accounts, making it very hard for hackers to gain access to your accounts if they, let's say, breach your credentials and they try logging in. You're going to get a notification on your phone saying, hey, is this you trying to log in at a so-and-so location? If it's not you, then you know, hey, something fishy is going on. I should probably report this, fix this, change my password, whatever. You need to keep your software updated. Just don't ignore those system software updates. Why? Because they might have new annoying features you don't need it, but guess what? They're also bringing security patches and hot fixes to brand new viruses and malware that are coming out and infecting everybody. You need to be wary of phishing scams. Just be careful with the emails and messages, the links you get. Make sure to authenticate them and just be super safe about where you put in your personal information or your sensitive, lucrative information. You need to secure your home network. Don't share your Wi-Fi password all willy-nilly. Use a strong password and maybe set up a guest network for visitors when they come over. Because let's say the guy who is trying to sell you Mormonism at your front door asks, like, oh, can I just come in, use the bathroom? Oh, can I get onto your Wi-Fi? You have no idea what's on his phone, what bad stuff is there, how it can travel over your network onto your personal devices. Back up your data. So you should regularly maintain all your important files, just in case something bad happens. All of them get deleted. There's an accident. You get hacked for ransomware. They say, hey, if you don't pay me Bitcoin, I'm going to delete all the files on your computer. You'll be like, yeah, okay, do it. I have them all backed up in a different location. Bing, bada, boom. Easy solution. And the last thing is educate yourself. Stay informed about the latest cybersecurity threats and best practices, but you have already done that because you have clicked this video and you have watched through to the end. So I applaud you for that. So if you learned a lot, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and watch the rest of my channel to help you better understand what cybersecurity is and make use of all the basis of knowledge that you just learned. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.